I'm sitting here right in front of me, and I'm looking at it, and it wasn't lit up, so I forgot to hit the button. So sometimes I hit the wrong button. Sometimes I forget to even hit the button. It's like, where do most people lose money? They lose money by hitting the wrong button. As silly as that sounds, as juvenile as it sounds, it happens. So, do you mean... All right, hold on. Rich Bruner, I'm going to Vegas in a couple of weeks. Remember you said your wife will let me use her brand new Porsche? Anyway, can we look at QQ? Alrighty. Now, I don't like QQQ. Hell no. A year ago at 500, drops down to 400 as a bottom. Now it's at 556. No, because time to buy it was, that's when we should have jumped in. Energy transfer, and I'll tell you why. Right here for 15, because the options aren't really that great. Not your setup is what is now showing. Let's start it again. No? 9:30 p.m. Let's start it again. Video, and there we go. Jesus, never. And calligraphy known as picking up pennies in Frontier Freight Train. How cool. How did you perform the first week's share my trades publicly. April 2nd last is week number 14 of the year. Week number 14 of the year. Week number 1, second quarter, March 3rd to April 4th. Okay, so 0.7, account 2, 3.3, account 3, 1.8. Week number 16, 0.8. Week number 16, week 3, second quarter, April 14th through the 8th 4. Point. Come on. But that's the end of the week. That's the end of the month. New is available online. Here's the time. Here's the timestamps. Okay. Here's the whatever the hell it's called. The strike prices, the prices, and the profits. They're all there. You can do the math yourself. So 1 week, math yourself. So 1 week, I missed 12 times over 1% per week. Anyway, I think I'm doing rather well. No, not to complain. Rather well. No, not to complain. So I hope that premiums small picture. Look, I still have premiums small picture. Look, I still have amount of share 1,000 times what the premium is. $1,500, 15 cents per share of that 1,000 shares. I'm still collecting 1,000 shares times 15, which is still 15, which is still $1,500. Price does not really matter. It's worth 17, $1,500. Price does not really matter. It's worth 17. Well, I can sell the 18s. I can sell the 15. I can sell whatever I want. And every day I will take a look at what is the break-even price. What did I buy it for? What did I sell it for? What is the premium now? Does it make sense to let it go, take my profits, or does priorities? And I'm looking at capital. I'm 61. I safe, predictable conversation. Drop me your and how. Don't be saying something good to say. Say something good. Only ask. No, I wasn't. It's just conversations. So if I don't, so what do we have over here? What's my opinion on YPF? What the hell is YPF? It's kind of like my opinion, isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. Is that a yield max stock? That. It's 21 November. Think of it this way. So if I'm getting 4% a year, it's, you got to invest something in. I'm retired. That's where my money comes from. So what do I do with my money? Am I safe? How can you ask any questions you want? But if you don't have something nice to say, any of us. Anyway, Bob, you do Verizon already? Verizon will pay attention because it looks as if the drop is slowing. Okay? Thursday was low, Friday was lower, but look at the distance between the big drop here and the drop is slowing down. So eventually, it looks like it's going to do this thing right here. Come down and then turn around and go back up. Well, that's exactly what it looks like it's going to do probably this week. Unsolicited nitpicks. Albemarle is a chemical company. Get rich quick. No such thing as getting rich quick, kiddo. Can live partnership arise? I have no idea what you mean by that, Jonathan. All option gets activated. In a case, from what you're saying, Laurie, they have what's called alerts, which you can create an alert when this happens. If the stock drops at this point, send me an alert. If stock gets to this point, send me an alert. It goes right to your phone. To most trading platforms, you can set an alert. Or most effective, I use it on Monday morning, because from Monday morning, as soon as the market opens, to Friday afternoon when the market closes, that is the maximum amount of weekly time you're ever going to get. Okay, they open up at 9:30. Well, you can't get in before 9:30. They close at 4. You can't stay after 4. So that's the maximum amount of time there is. What are you doing? So, yeah, but you don't have to. Many times I bought on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Well, then you take a look at not this week's option, but you can take a look at next week's options every day or every week. Okay, what's the process you work through to decide to roll it or let it go? It's a numbers game. What did I buy it for? You got to take all those questions into account when you make your decision. Because like the great John F. Kennedy once said, we cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the knowledge possessed today. Which means I can't tell you what we're going to do until Friday gets here. Because stocks go down, they go up, they go down. So do the options. But what never changes is, what did I buy it for? What do I do next? It's all by the numbers. Laurie, let me try again. Unsolicited nitpicks. Get a choice. Buy a cow, and that cow gives me a gallon of milk, and that cow gives me less than a gallon of milk. Do I get rid of my cow? Nope. I just deal with it. What if the next week comes around? Now the cow's only giving me a gallon of milk. Do I get rid of it and sell it for a loss? Nope. As long as I'm getting something. Because all stocks do is they go up, they go down, and guess what happens then? Then they go up again. And then, would you believe they go into your house, make the bed, little candies on your pillows, tuck you in at night? No. They go up, they go down, that's it. You're expecting anything else other than down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. This is not the game for you to be playing in. That's all they do. Up, down, up, down. Stop. Nevo. Jose wants to take a look at Nevo. What the hell is Nevo? N-E-V-O. Just with that, you probably know what the hell is it. It's not popping up. We cannot find that symbol. Now, I did not create this. This belongs to Charles Energy Incorporated. What TDS Day is in your podcast, and I am learning a ton. Thanks. Not a robot. Cool beans. What's the process you work through in order to decide to roll? Okay, I already answered that question. I'll call. Now, put money to stocks. Monopoly paper money. You actually don't monopoly game. Let me pull this up. This paper trading account, I've had that for cool ideas. We do that so we're not risking anything. And if it, no idea. The stocks basically, no idea. The stocks basically stick to covered calls on dividend stocks, but don't stick to covered calls on dividend stocks. But don't put real money into it until you, and you'll know when you're ready. BB nagging voice, money into it until you, and you'll know when you're ready. BB nagging voice in the back of your head. Don't ever do something let anyone kid you other than the fact that you have two, and that's it. Heads, tails, light, dark, hot, cold, hard, soft, 2 choices. That's it. Do it yourself. Take risk. That's it. You have no other choice. Okay. The call option or did go up. New call. That must happen. How many terminate were new call? That must happen. How many terminate were seeing it come out? Oh, that's what you want to do. They have a lot of AI money than me, and I'm not going to give my money to a computer to do it for me. Is you're in an error. Hold tight. Let's see if I can do this one more time. Zoom. Okay. There it is right there. The 9 p.m. meeting right there. Okay. Copy the invitations. There we go. let's go. You guys don't need to see me. Like so free groups, it's a pain in the butt. Groups, just sit tight. I'll be right there. You can probably tell that technology is my strong suit. I got one list. There it is. Click. And off to the races you go. Oh, blah, so, go. There we go. Alright, so we don't need to see that. Let's get this out of there. Alright, so hopefully resent the link for the Zoom. Let's start that one over again. It turned off on me. Imagine that. I guess that happens when you get out of the... Okay, there's that. Okay, and start. So hopefully that fixed that problem for those of you guys that are on Zoom that can interact. All right. Paris, what's happening? Fitz there, what's going on? Why the hell would you be buying Radio Shack? And when have I ever suggested taking a look at Radio Shack? But I get what you're saying. If you don't know how did the underlying stocks perform? Well, here's the thing. When I have a cash producer, seriously, I don't want to be disrespectful, but seriously, if I have $100,000 in my account and I make $1,000, $2,000 every single week, whether I'm getting my 1 or 2% every single week, why do I really care what the performance of the stocks are? I have no intention whatsoever at ever selling at a loss. I thought I made myself clear about that with rule number 2. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to. Rule number 2, never really don't care, and I don't know why it is you're having a hard time grasping onto that. Because I know AT&T has been in business for over 100 years. They're probably going to be in business long after I'm dead and gone. I'll pass those shares along to my kids, and I'll give them the same speech as I'm giving you right now. I honestly don't care where the price is. If they're consistent, there's a weekly option that I can sell. It all depends on what your outcome is. My outcome is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Well, I've been doing it for the last 15 years, and yes, I do have a whole bunch of I got like 1,100 videos on YouTube. You can go look for yourself. It's consistently boring as hell. The same stocks over and over and over again. You can look at my videos from 10 or 15 years ago. You will see them buying the same stocks. Fix it. If it's working fine, leave it alone. I honestly don't care, and I don't know why you don't grasp this. I don't care what the underlying stock is. T&T has been along for a very long time. Okay, Home Depot, Lowe, Morgan Stanley, Bank Century. Well, those are the ones that I want. Yeah. Big Shark, you ain't got something nice to say. You might want to learn the right to buy a stock at a certain price. That's probably what you're looking. The amount of work needed to go takes less than 5 to 10 minutes. This was created for a 9-year-old. Simple, safe, consistent, and a way for her to lose. Okay, I don't see what you don't understand about that. That's the way it was created. Third Friday. That's for monthly options. Lily. And how are you doing this, Miss Lily? Having a nice day? Evening, James. How were your trades today? Pick up anything good? You got some Verizon? I didn't get any Verizon. I forget what I got. Oh, yeah, I got my list right here. This is about the 3rd or 4th or 5th time you've asked me a question. They always come back to the door. What option did I sell? What premium did I collect? Thank you, Nicholas. Okay, she's 26. She's going to be, holy shit, she's going to be 27 in a couple of days. Yikes. Okay, we're done with these questions. All the questions. Cool beans. Epic Games just stopped. Cool beans. Fitz Air, how you doing? And how are you doing, Paris? Cool beans. All right, so look at that. Kinder Morgan. High 28s are going for 63. Well, that's more than 1%. It's more than 2%. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. So So a year ago, we were at the bottom, 19th January. Okay? Oh, and here's TDL. Pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. Look at this. 2 days to the upside right there. Let me zoom in a little bit closer so you see the last 30 days. Because the last 30 days will give me a good idea of where I think it's going next. And you should be able to see it also. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look, it is because there was a low here at 27.20 30 days ago. And then from 27.20, it jumped up $2.40. Well, $2.40 on a $27 stock is right around 10%, maybe 9.5%, something like that. So I got 9.5% uptick. Okay, profit taking. There you go. It drops. Now it's right here again, close to that bottom. Unprofiting. See, stocks go down until they don't. And then stocks go up until they stop. It is a 95-year-old grandson. Say, hey, buddy, where's the high? Oh, right there, Papa G. Oh, where's the bottom? Oh, right there, Papa G. He's 5 years old. He can point it out. What direction do you think it's going? Oh, it's going up. What's it going now? Oh, it's constantly up, down, up, down, up, down. Come on, it's simple. Up, down. That's all they do. Can you say it with me? Follow the bouncing ball. Up, down, up, down. All right, anyway. So let's take a look at Kinder Morgan at 28. Let's get rid of that. Let's get this. Let's go to covered call. The 28 right there. See, right there. 28 right there. At the market because it's first in the bills. 931. I own it. I sold it. I already made my profit. Well, remember I said simple, safe, predictable. Predictable. Remember that word? Predictable. Well, before I even do the trade, I know exactly what I'm making. A rough idea. Okay, rough idea. $34.50 per contract. It's not a lot, but what am I investing? I'm investing $2,700. Well, okay, but what does that mean? What is my rate of return? Well, let's take a look at it. Get my calculator. 50. Whoops. And we're going to divide it by the investment or the cost of the trade, including commission fees, $27.66. So divided by $27.66, and it gives me a grand total of 1.2%. Well, what am I looking for? I'm looking for 1%. So here's the conundrum. Okay, you got a couple questions you need to ask yourself. Very first question is, does it make sense? That's the very first question you should be asking yourself. Does it make sense? If I buy Kinder Morgan at the current price, $28.32, and I sell it, or I sell the right, let me be more politically correct, I sell a covered call, which is the right to buy it dates, the 18th of July, which just so happens to be, I'm making 1.2%. Does it make sense? Like Kinder Morgan at this current price. Question number 4. Am I willing to buy it, never sell it at a loss, decide whether I want to get out or not? The right to buy it from me. It could make it this week. It could make it hit $28.50. And you have it. Kinder Morgan, they've been in decades. So in the last 50 years, in this company, do I really care if it drops? No, I honestly don't, because they're consistently profitable. And they have weekly options. If just my rules, my game, my rules. It was created for a 9-year-old. If you don't understand it, you might not want to play this game. KG, what's happening? We got about another half hour to go. Nice to see you. Yeah, I already talked about that. I did not do Verizon this morning. Kivo, would you ever adjust your strike price based on the amount of stock may run up to give you more gain? Kivo, great question. You're not the first one to ask it. Okay? I get that question at least once. Up, do I exit my stocks go up? The option goes up also. Okay? Now the interesting thing is they have what is called a delta, which is a Greek word for one of the option moves up. The option moves up in might be easier. 28.50 is at 45. What does that mean? Briefly, simply, okay? If the stock goes up to 29.42, the option right here, the 28.50, the 37, well, it's going to go up 45 cents for each dollar the stock moves. So now 37 is going to be 82. That's more than 100% increase. Okay, so if the stock goes up $1, this option right here is going to more than double. It's always going to be about the numbers. Always, always, always. If the stock goes up, we'll take a look at the option. How much did that move? Does it make sense to try to exit the trade? Back that one, sell and move as the stocks move. That's it now. What's up, brother? Felix. Hey, James, is AES on the list? Let's check it out. AES. Let's get rid of Kinder Morgan. AES. Tra-la-la. AES Corporation. It doesn't sound familiar, so I don't know what the option prices is, but I wouldn't do it only because take a look at these option prices right here. 24. That's almost 2%. I have to be right on a stock like that. No thanks. Take a look at Dell for a second. 995. Well, those are great numbers. There are certain stocks that are going to have great numbers and certain stocks are going to have crappy numbers. I have a tendency to stay away from the stocks that have crappy, blah, blah. That's all they do. They go down, they go up. That's it. So into play. And if you look close enough, exactly where it's going. You just have to be way up to here. Okay, that much profit from one stock that's over the high. Friday was lower. Today was lower. So Dell, I want to put Dell down for 3 weeks. I think it's going to take 3 weeks to come down. Let's see what happens. Because I like Dell. Dell's almost the same as Intel. INTC. You see the numbers. Okay, at the money, 61, 35, 19, 10. Those are nice numbers. You're getting 10 cents, which is just a little bit below 0.5%. Well, 0.5% a week is 26% a year. Well, I like 26% a year. I prefer 50, but 26 is not that bad at 0.5%. And that's 3 strikes out of the money. It's always going to be a balancing act. What did I buy it for? What strike price did I sell? What's it at now? What's it doing? Where's it going? They're not that difficult questions. So what else do we got? Holy cow, you guys are... No more questions? That's it, guys. Ran out of questions. That's weird. Weird, you guys. All right. How about AEO, American Eagle Outfitters? AEO. You are the vowels. AEO. You. Okay, remember 3 to 4 seconds. Here we go. High, low, was, is. Look at the motion. Up, down, sideways. Where is it? Sideways, down, sideways. It's not that difficult. So AEO is at 1015. 1015, the 1050s are going for 5 cents. No. The 10s are going for 30 cents. I'm losing 20 because I'm taking away 10. That means, yeah, I'm making my 1% off of this one. Do I like it? Well, let's take a look at it. Who do we have there? Donna! What's happening, Donna? Whoops. There we go. Kentucky Fried, not KHC. Kraft Heinz Corporation. They make Heinz 57 sauce, Heinz ketchup. Anyway, so AEO. A year ago, we're at 2074. We topped out at 2289. Now check this out. Be playing this game, but she drops 50%. Drop down to 9. We shoot up to 10 now, but that's only 1 day to the upside. So I would probably wait 1 more day before I jump in. Haven't looked. It's a good question. Of AEO. 725. It's 11 days. Okay. Still, 3 strikes out. It's at 0. And 3 strikes out, the 40, that's 2%. That's still 2%. Okay. See, it's going for 40 to 10. It's going for 40 cents, but it's at 10.20 now, which means I lose 20 cents. So I'm walking away with 20 cents. That's only 2%. 1%, 2%, it's 2 weeks. Still 1% a week, no matter how you look at it. Okay, Lily wants to take a look at KHC. KHC. KHC, Kraft Heinz. Ooh, nice. I like that one. Oh, let me do this side. Okay. Up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. Bottom of the year, right there. That's the bottom of the year, right there. So let's zoom in a little bit closer. Check it out. Down, up. If you like Kraft Heinz. Now, for a 30-day chart, it doesn't look that good. But on the 1-year chart, it looks pretty damn good. Okay? A year ago at 36. Now she dropped down 26. Now she's going back up again. Well, great. 21. Next week it's going for 38. It's not 1%. Sorry. I'm part of your Patreon group. Lima Gius. That's your name, Lima Gius? Felix, Citigroup. Let's take a look at Citigroup. See me. Oh, hell no. Unless you really like it. Look at it. 72 jumps up to 88. What is that? 14 bucks? No, 16 bucks. $16 on a 72. That's about 25%. 25% jump. Now she's pulling back. Don't know. Don't look good to me. BTU. Mindy wants to take a look at BTU. BTU. Interesting. Up. It's at the 30-day high today. And today, it looks like she's coming back down. Because she closed yesterday above 520. Now she's at 14.93. Is it the time for Peabody to come down? Don't know. Laurie, how do you make money by teaching us on YouTube? I learned a lot, thanks, but I don't get your motivation for teaching us. Reason number one, okay? In order for me to open up a hedge fund or a insurance dedicated, before I can do that, I need 2 years. 2 full years of documented, unbiased, review of my recorded and on video and available. So that's reason number one. So yes, I will be having a corporation eventually offering to the general public, guaranteed 20% per year. Okay, great. But before I can do that, I have to prove that my theories and my trading is correct. The only way to do that is to share it on a public notice and to have it verified by a third party. I have no idea. I've never collected any money from YouTube, and I never collected any money from any video I ever put up. So I have no idea if it is even possible. I know some people get paid. I have no idea. I don't monetize my stuff, so, it is what it is. So I'm creating a video diary for my children and my grandchildren, because at some point in time, I won't be here. And, this is my favorite part, I'm going to be a great-grandchildren get any money out of the estate in which I leave. They have to prove to the, thank you. My children and my grandchildren have to prove to the trustee that they can be responsible with money. So if I leave my children millions of dollars and they don't know how to invest it for weekly cash flow, because if they cannot perfect this, they don't get any of the money. Because they cannot and they will not be able to spend any of the principal. They will only be able to spend a portion of the portfolio that they're going to have access to. They'll each have access to a certain amount. But if they keep screwing up and they keep losing, they get cut. I'm gonna be a real living in a 2-bedroom house. Okay, I know what it's like to get government support, have government cheese. That's how it was good. But anyway, besides the point, none of my children or grandchildren are going to be able to inherit anything until they can prove that they can do it, and they're only going to be able to access to the money, but they can't take any of it out unless it's a profit. Okay, so yeah, there's a reason why I'm doing it, and no, I'm not getting paid from YouTube to do this. My days, I don't even pay attention to that, tell you the truth, because I've seen positive earnings where stocks go down, I've seen negative earnings where stocks go up. So earnings and CPI index and any kind of stuff like that, decades. So what's going on in the economy doesn't really have a whole heck of a lot to do with anything, other than the fact are they consistently profitable. The trustee, thank you, Tim. Oh, love your video diary for your kids, yeah. Oh, can you check Goldman Sachs? Hey, Tony, DM me your number. I'd like to have a chat because certain topics pique my interest. Letting your kids only spend profits is a great idea. Well, yeah. Okay, because I've been working since I was 12 or 13 when I got my first job in 1973. On the cob, green bean, yeah, all that crap. And the chickens too, can't forget those. Okay, we would work from sun up until back in the 70s, $5 was a lot of money. Okay, because I remember when I could get a cheeseburger and a drink for a quarter. Paper route for you, cool beans. Yep, I did a paper route once. I didn't really like it very much. It didn't last very long. Can you brief us on what exactly market? I'll give you a good example. You got a couple companies that are just going through the roof. Oh, great. Look at the actual numbers. What is the cash? Where is their profitability? It always comes back. And yeah, some parts of the market are manipulated. But if you're following a stock closely and you see the bottoms, you see it go up, you see it come down, it goes back up. I don't buy at the high of the month. 15's a $3. Well, a $3 move on a $12 stock is over 20%. Why would I jump in after a 20% in a 30-day period? Because you can't argue the numbers. You can't. Here's the bottom right there. Okay, from here to here, jumps up 20%. I ain't 2 weeks. You get your profit, take it, then it'll come back down again. Keep looking at it. Okay, so BTU, I'll look at it in 2 weeks. If it's in the right position in 2 weeks, we're all looking to make a profit off of the money we invest. Because we want to invest it, and we don't want to think about losing money. Right? We don't want to think about that. But it can happen. The stock can go down, you money. It sounds childish and juvenile, but that's where most people lose most of the money. Yeah. There we go. Had to prove that I'm a real person every once in a while. Kara, how are you? Good evening, and how are you? All right, so back to what we're doing. BT, we looked at XRP. Israel's chosen. Getting the UT Pro view. Okay, DM them out. I'm at the push. What I have learned. Of course, I do have a live page. Love that. Need to learn. Not quite sure what that means, but what I tell people, if you hit the wrong button, you pick up that phone as fast as humanly possible and you call your broker. If you can't get through, or if you get a business single, call back. And if they say, we have a lot of people waiting, can you please hold? Well, you hold, because that phone call is time stamped and time recorded. So if they see ASAP, most of the time, they will change it for you. Donna, view request. Sent you a request to be on your live video. Unfortunately, daughter, I have no idea who you are. Okay, so I have no idea. Now, don't get me wrong. I love having guest speakers. I do. But I don't know if you want to talk about NASCAR, if you want to talk about hippo photographs, or kitty cats playing with rainbows. I have no idea. So I only invite people on that I have personally talked to. So if you really want to be a co-host, send me your number. We'll have a nice conversation. And the next time you ask, then I'll say yes. Okay. Human life zero-sum game. Jojo, I have no idea what you mean by that, Jojo. Can you brief us exactly market manipulation? So driven by HTF, high frequency trading. Yep, that could happen too. Thanks for your knowledge. Bought high, and liquidated. Okay. Alrighty. Mercy, trying to teach my children now. That's awesome. Hey, you might be interested in this. My son, he has come on the show once in a while, said hi to everybody. He's hype a little child. He loves being on the camera. Every week we are actually having, we throw change in a change jar. Everybody does it, has it. And we have a video of us counting them. And then every week we count how much change I've collected, how much change Grandma and Grandpa's collected, and the other in-laws. Then we take all that money and we invest it for the grandchildren. So it's an actual method that we're actually coming up with a program to share with parents and grandparents. And the grandchildren, so that the grandparents can teach the grandchildren about money and investing. Now, my grandson's 5 years old. Okay, he started out with 50 bucks, $2 or $3, and then my son's $2 or $3, and then my daughter-in-law's $2 or $3, and then my in-laws, they're $5 or $10. You add that all up, and by the time he's 18, and a challenge. Let's call it a problem child. If he's not a problem child, he will have access to son. Well, that's a great leg up. And interacting with him on a weekly basis, say, hey, let's see how we can invest all this spare change. So he doesn't have enough money to buy, 100 shares of IBM or 100 shares of anything, but he can buy 4 or 5 shares of AT&T or 2 or 3 shares of Riot or 3 or 5 shares of whatever. And then as the stock goes up, coming into the dividend, hence the reason for the dividend capturing strategy, okay, he will slowly increase over the next 13 years. So we're going to actually be parents. They say, hey, let's teach our children how to be responsible with money. Because we all have change somewhere. Okay? All right. Do you use moving averages, MACD, RSI, or your indicators to buy and sell? Whoa. Okay, hold on. I challenge my wife to compete with me on finding change in your everyday activities as my brother I did growing up. That's cool beans. Howdy, mate. Wishing you well. ROI. Sunrio. Okay. All right. So anyway, the green bean green. Okay. Let me see if I can explain this to you in a manner which you'll understand. In Capturing 2.0, it was created for my 9 teach me. So can you teach me to a 9-year-old? Don't do it. So I would like to sit you down with my 9-year-old daughter and watch you as you try to explain to her moving averages, the MACD, the retracement. Oh, let's not forget the Fibonacci sequences and the changes on those. Oh, what in there too? It was created for a 9-year-old. Adults have a tendency to make this more complicated than it needs to be. Is the stock going up? Yes, it is. Do I buy it when it's going up? Yes. Do I buy it? No. So for a 9-year-old, it was simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something that's not on the list. Rule 2, never settle a loss. Rule 3, make sure the company's consistently at. Moving down averages, the MACD, will throw all that stuff into the mix, just confusing a 9-year-old, making it take more than 2 or 3 minutes. Because it takes not that difficult. Adults have more questions, and that will be it. Okay. AT&T is terrible. I'm going to agree with you. It is. My son, I'm trying to get my children involved. Now, my daughter, when she was 9, she was involved. She loved it. It was me and her, our thing. But my boys, they could care less about money until nowadays. Because they're watching me do absolutely nothing, and they keep saying, Dad, where you get your money from? You're not working anymore. I said, well, I've been trying to teach you guys for years. So now they're interested together. So I have to coordinate with him to make sure, because he is the dad. All right. So hopefully that works out. And I think we're out of questions. Fair enough. I came in part way. Glad to hear about the 9-year-old asking questions. Drop your number. I'll give you a buzz. We'll sit and chat. Seriously. Now, before I forget, I do not send email. I do not send text. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do, what's those other ones? Snaps. I don't do any of that stuff. Okay, I am here. When I say drop, take a look at this so you'll know. Here we go. You'll see 100. And here's the years ago, look, I had all that here, no grind. 18 years ago, we had to do it on a big whiteboard. To spend time with, so my sons had other interests, so my daughter, she liked stocks and investing. So great, we do that. My boys like something else. So anyway, with my daughter, we'd have fun and we'd make, we're 13. I know what happened, but it's enough. Thank you. Give the kids a backyard project, pay them $100 and show them what you make in a day. Absolutely, Tony. Comparison to U.S. technologies. Yeah, I love, okay, now there are some car companies on my list, but do they have weekly options? Just those two right there eliminate 97% of every single company. What I do, I know I have no intention on changing whatsoever. The same stocks that I bought, fix it. If it's working fine, call me a boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. So I really honestly don't care. I don't really play those kind of games. It is what it is. Sun rises in the east, settles in the west. I like things that are factual. Okay, so that's it. We're done with questions. I don't see any more questions. Sorry about that mix-up. Thank you, Timmy. Yeah, you're officially off my Christmas card list, dude. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Have a great night. And leave the meeting. And over here, you guys have a great night over here. We'll see you tomorrow. And over here, we'll catch you guys tomorrow, too. Tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow. And over here, you guys have a great night. It's tough shutting down 6 cameras. Not a boomer. I resonate with the Gen Xers. Oh, no, I don't want that. I'll do that. And I want to do that.